THET
Ibig sabihin
stands for to mean what you say. Literal translation,
say with your heart.
say real.
But in America,
these words don't share the same gravity. To my mom and dad, when I was a child, you peeled back the womb of Vietnam with your anxious hands, planted the seed of your son beneath the surface, and allowed the soil of our country to fill my treasure chest stomach with its incomparable jewels just before we left to California. I don't remember how Vietnamese first felt like on my tongue, or when my mouth mimicked the songs that made the streets of Saigon jump, but even by then, I was too much of a child to realize that I chewed up and spat out the words of wisdom I inherited from 6 generations of rice farmers like a wad of gum, replaced them with a new stick colored red, white, and blue.
I can almost imagine the look on your face when Tagalog melted off my tongue when I was 12, when English slips through my lips like 4th of July popsicles. You tell me to slow down like you can feel the firecracker in my syllables. I've asked you a million times what your worst fear was when you came to this country, and you told me that it'll be the change in your tongue that will haunt me in my daydreams. The morphing of our accents that'll make my words sound like the generals who tried to imperialize your family. I never knew that words can make me look like a stranger. Even today, I still have to use translators behind backs, like crossed fingers hiding the promise when I told you that I will never replace the sun with stars and stripes.
Mom and Dad, I'm sorry that my tongue plays telephone with every word in the English dictionary before we begin talking. Forgive me if every conversation we have sounds like a reenactment of the Vietnam War.
Or World War II.
I am guilt-ridden that my mouth has sided with the Americans, but if I could, I would tell you that I'd rather have my screams be drowned to silence with you both than be on this side of the rifle. I'd rather silence the bald eagle that looms over my head like a thundercloud that keeps our voices at bay, opposite sides of its wingspan because it aches to be muted or tongue-twisted when each word I say limps off of my mouth. I'm ashamed that my speech has to traverse 8,000 miles of sea to form jet-lagged sentences when we chat. Even this poem sounds like an act of defiance. What you don't understand is that spoken word is the only way I can say with my heart what I feel for you. But even now, I've still written it in the wrong tongue.
This is for all the times I have forgotten how to say remember, maalala, for all the times I've forgotten how to say minsan, I take you for granted, and bilingual is never really true unless you hold my hand through the weight of his title.
We smile and laugh with accents and dialects too foreign for each other. I never feel more distance than when we are face to face. Our tongues are 2 worlds apart, and I am no longer a child, so I've realized that the bridge that kept us bounded has been buried beneath the soil of this country.
We just failed to notice the white noise and dead air that has vacuumed the sounds.
Mom and Dad, perhaps one day, when I have chewed red, white, and blue into lavender, and pasted this poem onto a flower, you will peel back the womb of this country with your anxious hands. Plant the colors of Miss America back into her soil, and we will finally see tongue to tongue.
Wow.